My Dometic fridge in the camper isn't turning on. Here you go, click, 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 click. So that's the spark happening to ignite the gas. It's not happening. That'll go red in a minute. Or flash, sorry, it flashes. Yeah, there it goes. So it hasn't lit, alright? So what we're going to do is we're going to clean the jet. We're going to clean the jet. Now, I have made a video like this before. I can't remember if it's on this channel or my other channel, but I thought, what the hell? Beans with taking the old camper out for 2 or 3 weeks over Christmas. I thought, what would be an idea to show you how you can clean the jet. Because this is not the first time I've had to do it. Now, I've took the side cover off, and while you're at it, if you see any places like this with corrosion, take a white brush over that and stick a bit of paint on those bits, because they're only going to get worse, and you do not want those pipes to rot away. It's just humidity in there, you see, constant humidity, and it's rotting it. But the jet's behind here. You first got to remove this cover, which you'll need a Phillips screwdriver for. I know this isn't woodworking, because this is the woodworking channel, but this is kind of really, I suppose this channel's about doing stuff really for yourself, whether it be woodworking, sometimes do a little bit of metalwork and stuff as well. In this case, we're going to clean the jet of this, yeah, and it's in there. So we're going to take that out and we're going to clean it. See what happens, it gets all carbonated, and not carbonated as in, you know, it gets covered in carbon, it goes black and gungy. And it all, if I remember rightly, the jet's just like a thin piece of metal with a hole in the middle. So we're going to clean that all out and make sure it's all right, and hopefully I can get it to start. Whether it be in this video, I don't know. But, you know, this all I want to do is show you how to clean the actual jet itself. So these bits, all right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put them out of the way. So they're not in my way, but equally, I don't lose them. Now, I do have a few things to clean the jet. I've got one of these, all right? I've also got a bit of a 1200 wet and dry if I need it. I shouldn't need it, though. Hope I can get away with one of these abrasive Scotch pad type things. I've also got some jet cleaning thingy pokey devices. Now, I couldn't find my other one. I got these all nice on Temu, and they're like £1 for a set. So I thought I'd buy them, things I was doing an order anyway. You know what Timu's like, you got to make your order up to a certain amount. I've also got a splodger here just in case I've got to scrape any crap off. I don't expect that. Now, you've got to be careful of, obviously, your igniters and stuff, and the little thermometer piece, which goes up to the capacitor. Effectively, that creates the charge to create the spark. So you can, if you want, remove the screw in the top, but it's a bit of palaver. You shouldn't need to. But be careful, you'll slip off this here. Now what you could do is get a bit of WD-40 or similar, just lubricate that, make sure, just in case it's a bit sticky. Don't go crazy with it. Alright, but you've got to be careful that you don't slip over there and damage these. Right, let's just remove that. It should undo easily. If it doesn't, I'll have to start the video again after I've loosened it. But be so careful you don't break anything. Yeah, it's done it. So that was really tight, and all of a sudden it just went. So yeah, be very careful. That's what I mean. If you can slip off that and end up breaking any of these other components, and that's ceramic. That is, you see, is it ceramic? Oh, that's plastic, but that could easily break. So this then comes off there, okay? But you can't really get it out of there very easily because this is still attached. So what you can do is remove that screw here, and now you remove that. This, I don't think there's a screw on the other side as well. I think it's just on one side. It is, yeah, just on one side. So you can remove this screw now, and it should drop off. The burner should drop off the actual exhaust unit. I believe it just works by creating convection. You know, hot air risers and all that. Now, if you look in there, you can see the burner. So now what we'll do is we'll remove the igniter. I don't want it breaking anything, and this is an opportunity to actually just free everything up. Be controlled, alright? You don't want a situation where you're slipping. If you slip, you end up bugging things up. Right, that's a Phillips screwdriver, so a PH1, not a PZ. So there are your igniters, right? I can hear them clicking away. Right, you've got this thing here as well, which I imagine is effectively the earth. Right, let's get that screw out of there. That's basically where it's arcing to. It'll be arcing to that. So that might need cleaning. Maybe it's going click, 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 and that isn't correct because that's gone rusty. So that we can polish that up a little bit. But the jet itself is inside here. I don't know if you can see there, but in there, there's a little tiny, tiny little piece of metal with a hole in it. Right? And that's what it can get bunged up. Right? Now, I can't remember rightly if it can actually fall out or not. The other thing I'll watch out for, you've got this burner arrangement here, which can also bung up. This should, I don't know how tight it is, you can sometimes, bonjour. Sometimes you can actually, you can spread that, and then you can slide that off if you have to get the bit. I'm hoping I don't need to. I'm just going to put this screw somewhere else so I don't lose it. And I'll bang my head on the garage door while I do it. Ow! Right, so that needs cleaning up. That needs cleaning up. And this is where the jet is. Now, there's a hole in the top there. That's just an indentation. Okay, that's okay. So this thing doesn't spin round, I reckon. Or that one. Yeah, that one. That little indentation there is where that little bit of metal there fits into. Alright. Now we're going away tomorrow. We just put fresh gas in and, oh god, it won't light. So clearly the gas ain't getting through. Or the spark isn't happening. I think the spark is happening because I can hear it go click, 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 click. And that's normally where when you see the spark goes across. So I don't think it's that. I think it's this. So you can get the jet out. So I'm hoping I don't need to. Tiny little fucking hole in there. Right, you can blow on that if you don't mind putting your mouth on it. It's not blocked. But what I will do is grab one of these little tools. You poke it in the hole. Got to put your tool in the hole apparently. Is it the right size? Maybe a smaller one. Got a tiny. You can see why they get bunged up because they're actually so small. The little jet is tiny on these because only trying to create a little flame, just a tiny little flame. It's not like burning like a good thing, is it? You know, like a crazy thing. It's just literally just you can't. I don't really want to take the jet out if I can help it. If it is removed, I can't remember if I removed it last time or not, or if I just cleaned it as it is. It looks clean, to be honest, but the hole can bung up. Yeah, now it's going in there nicely. Give it a wiggle. Make sure there's nothing on the sides. So I don't think it's that. I don't think it's that. Oh, this is back from walking the dogs. She doesn't know I'm making the video, even though the camera's there. Right, so the gas is getting through there. So you've got to make sure all these little things are clean. Alright, so I'm going to grab that. I haven't got anything. Be careful that your jet don't fall out. Alright, so make sure whenever you do this, make sure you're over top of the area they're working in. You don't pull it out onto the driveway or something and the jet falls out. That'd be really annoying. You've got the burner as well. So you might get the jet might be pushing gas out, but don't mean to say the burner is doing the same. Alright, that's cleaner. I've got on there as well. Yeah, have a nice one, thank you. So, okay, so that's the burner in there. Can I remove that? Is it worth trying to give it a bit of a tap? Right. Obviously it's dirty then, I need cleaning out, but can I remove this? You're supposed to be able to spread that here, you see, and then remove it. But it looks to me that's on really tight. I'm not going to get that off in a hurry. Alright, so I'm going to use one of these tools again. And on that burner, which is probably the big holes, and look like big holes in it, I'm going to make sure that I can poke that all the way around the burner. See what you could do with that, you could put this in some vinegar or something, and hopefully, vinegar? Ooh, I don't know if I want to risk acid on it, but vinegar might be enough. Something to clean out those jets. Even alcohol will do it. Just don't make sure it's evaporated off before you put it back in and light it. So I'll put that on there. The gas is getting through the burner. What I've blocked that hole with a screw hole there, and I've blocked those air holes here and blowing down the hole, and I can hear it coming through the burner. Really do removing that. If it doesn't light, I will do. Where did this come from? Was it on there? No, it went on. I don't know what that's from. That's probably in there. Now, if you can get the actual jet out, because it's like a pressed metal thing, you have to kind of push it back. It scares the hell out of me. I don't want to lose it, I don't want to bend it. That's it, it's almost there. There you go, got the jet out. So that is the jet itself. Give me my dogs. That's the jet itself with a tiny, tiny little hole in the middle. Okay? Needless to say, that needs to be very clean, and that's where these tools come in. You might not need to take it out, alright? But I just want to show you. Alright, so I took the risk. It's very fragile, very light, and it's not much more than, I don't know, milk bottle top. So you've got to try and find the right one to fit the hole, if you can. And then twist it on, and that'll clean the sides of the jet, because maybe the jet hole ain't big enough at the moment, because it effectively it will like it can oxidise on the sides. Not that one. Try and find the one that fits. These are handy little tools, and they've got like little springy bits on the ends as a handle. That's it. And the smaller ones, tiny little jet. So I'm just making sure, so I'm just poking them through. Like I say, you can get these on Temu, you can get them anywhere else, you can get them on Amazon, but they cost about €1 on Temu. I'm satisfied that's clean. So we'll put that there for the moment. So I've got the jet is actually out. I'm going to take my airline. Make sure there's no little copper washers in there, which there isn't. And I'm going to do it outside of the van. Because I can test it, and you see, I'm very worried I've got to blow the jet off. I'll cover that up. So what I'm doing is I'm just going to push that through there like so. Cover those two holes up and make sure I've got air coming out of the jet, out of the burner. Which I have. So that tells me that it's not blocked. Okay. So we'll just make a bit of a burn at the top. There goes the generator. Okay, so I'm satisfied that's clean. All right, I've run the airline through it, air's getting through it, so gas is definitely going to go through the burner. I'm going to replace the jet itself. Make sure it's not dirty. You just drop that in there gently like so, try and line that up, so don't use a screwdriver for that bit because you don't want to end up damaging it. You do have to push it in. If you haven't got an airline, don't worry, you can get cans of air. Right, so it's in there now. So when I put the gas pipe back, it will push down there. That'll hold that into place. Hold that little jet into place. So the next stage, well, we're kind of like put everything back together now, aren't we? I'm curious to know what this is, though. I haven't seen that before. Oh, it's the lead! It's the lid of the... Oh, God, what an idiot. Right, let's put these out of the way so I can... Yeah, prevent myself getting confused again. All right, so we've cleaned the jet. All right. Sometimes, if you've got... some jets you can get away with just, like, flat sanding them with some very, very fine wet and dry. At least 1200. Just put them in there before I lose them. We need to clean the around those. Like so. Like so. That needs to be done. Push on the back end, and the top pops up, so you can easily lift it. And I'll put these. I might actually keep these in the camera. Actually, no, I won't. No, there's no need. You see, it ain't going to clog up that quick. If you do this regularly, as part of your servicing, ain't going to be an issue for it. Alright, what we've got over here, we have this bit here. We need to make sure that has got contact. Now what you could do is remove that spade connector, which is quite tight because it's slotted into the little barb now, and then clean the connectors up, because it's corroded. State that. Alright. Wet and dry again on there, just to get a bit of a clean. You could use a wire brush. I should have brought one out with me, shouldn't I? It shouldn't really be an issue, but you know, if you haven't got pressure, you're not gonna. You need gas pressure, enough gas pressure to push it through the jet. All right, I think that's gonna help. And then we've got our little. There, okay. So this, if I remember rightly, fits on there like so. Now you could lubricate everything before you put it together, but it will just burn off because it'll get hot, you see, and that'll just burn off the lubrication anyway, so there's probably not a lot of point. There's no need to put that back in its hole. Like so. And I've got to try and line this up again. Oh my giddy aunt. Right. Once I found the screw hole, that's it, it's going in. And yeah, that's better. Yeah, that's loads better. Right, so the burner assembly is together. I haven't tightened that up yet because obviously I need to be able to twist it around to push this up. I'm just going to replace it. So now I'm tightening that up on there. Make sure it's all the way up. And now all we've got to do now is tighten up this gas fitting here. When you do that though, be careful. Like I say, you don't want to slip off the nut, but also you don't want to put pressure on this. So what you could do is get a larger span on that one. I don't know what size it is, I've got a 12 here. Yeah, like that, alright? So hold that like so, and then tighten up against the other spanner. See, that's square, alright, so you can do that. It's probably done for that reason. I wouldn't be surprised, but be careful you don't slip and hit those pizzos, because they do break really easily. Just hand tight, alright, you always soak the old liquid on there and make sure that is gas tight at that point, you know. Remember that isn't the fittings this way, so it's not constantly going to leak, because we've got a unit up here that shuts off the gas, this unit here, alright. It's a good idea to clean that up, those contacts on that as well while you're at it. So there you go, that's pretty much it really. Well, it worked. Yes, I just lit it straight away, so I thought I'd share that with you. Yeah, here we go. Can you see in there? Sounds better as well. Let's bring it in here. It's a light. Nice little flame there too. So there you go. If it's not lighting, you might just need to clean the jet on your Dometic fridge. Toodaloo!